Welcome to Wild in a Minute. Discover the amazing secrets of nature. Join us for quick dives into the wild wonders of our planet. Today we are going to talk about the snails. Snails are some of the most unique creatures on our planet. Known for their slow pace, spiral shells, and trail of slime, they may not seem exciting at first glance. But under that shell lies a world of fascinating abilities, quirky behaviors, and survival tricks that help snails thrive almost anywhere. Today, let's explore the hidden world of snails and uncover the secrets behind these slimy little wonders. Believe it or not, a snail's mouth is like a miniature powerhouse. Snails have around 10,000 tiny teeth, arranged on a tongue-like structure called a radula. These teeth are organized in rows and work almost like a conveyor belt, allowing snails to scrape and chew plants, algae, and sometimes even other tiny animals. In fact, some marine snails have teeth strong enough to scrape through rock. This tiny mouth mechanism lets snails munch on food with efficiency and accuracy, making them surprisingly effective grazers in the animal kingdom. Snails don't just sleep. They hibernate in a way that helps them survive extreme conditions. When there's not enough moisture, snails can enter a state called estivation, slowing down their bodily functions and going dormant. This dormancy can last for months and, in some cases, even years. For desert snails, this hibernation can stretch up to 3 years. During this time, they seal themselves inside their shells with a thick layer of mucus, which keeps them protected until conditions improve. It's an incredible survival strategy that lets snails wait out droughts, cold spells, and other tough times. Snail slime isn't just about moving around. It's actually an incredible multi-purpose tool. This thick mucus protects them from sharp surfaces, dehydration, and even helps them climb vertically. Snail slime contains proteins and antioxidants that allow them to heal small cuts or abrasions they might get while moving. In fact, this slime has recently gained popularity in skincare products for its hydrating and rejuvenating properties. Scientists have discovered that snail slime contains compounds beneficial to human skin, leading to a surprising crossover between nature and beauty products. Though snails don't have noses like us, they have an excellent sense of smell, thanks to tiny receptors on their tentacles. These sensors allow snails to detect food from several feet away, an impressive distance for such a small creature. They're especially sensitive to the scent of decaying plants, which are easier for them to digest. This heightened sense of smell not only helps them find food, but also lets them avoid predators and navigate through different environments, from moist forests to garden beds. A snail's shell is more than just a home. It's a protective armor that grows with the snail. Unlike hermit crabs, which need to find new shells, a snail's shell expands with it, thanks to calcium secreted by the mantle. This shell keeps them safe from predators, environmental changes, and even helps them retain moisture. The spiral shape is created by specific patterns in their growth and is unique to each species. Without their shell, snails would be vulnerable and unable to survive, making it essential to their identity and survival. Snails may not have vocal cords, but they still communicate. They leave behind chemical trails that can signal other snails about food sources, potential mates, or even danger. These trails contain pheromones, which are like coded messages that only other snails can understand. This type of communication allows snails to navigate complex social structures and interact in subtle, effective ways. It's a bit like texting in the snail world, just with slime. Certain freshwater snails are incredibly sensitive to pollution levels, which makes them useful to scientists studying water quality. If these snails begin to disappear, it often signals rising pollution in the water. By monitoring these snail populations, environmentalists can detect harmful changes in ecosystems early. Essentially, these tiny creatures act like natural sensors, giving us insight into the health of rivers, lakes, and other freshwater habitats. Snails are much tougher than they look. Some can survive freezing temperatures by producing natural antifreeze in their bodies, while others thrive in scorching deserts by hiding underground during the day. Some snails can even regenerate parts of their shell if it cracks. These impressive survival abilities have helped snails endure and adapt to a variety of environments worldwide, proving that slow and steady can indeed win the race. The giant African land snail is one of the largest snail species and can grow up to 8 inches long. They're fascinating but are also considered an invasive species in many countries because they reproduce quickly and eat almost any plant in their path. They can even erode concrete by absorbing calcium from the material. These giants serve as a reminder of the impact one species can have on local ecosystems and why balance in nature is so important. The giant African land snail is one of the largest snail species and can grow up to 8 inches long. They're fascinating but are also considered an invasive species in many countries because they reproduce quickly and eat almost any plant in their path. They can even erode concrete by absorbing calcium from the material. These giants serve as a reminder of the impact one species can have on local ecosystems and why balance in nature is so important. Backwards movement. Snails can move backward just as easily as forward, making them versatile movers. Heat lovers and hiders. In extreme heat, snails often burrow into the soil or retreat to shady spots to stay cool. Snail lifespan. Some snails can live up to 25 years in captivity, defying the assumption that small creatures have short lives. Glow-in-the-dark shells. Some snail shells can appear to glow under certain types of light due to natural minerals.